Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Oakland Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 9 carries, 52 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20+.
Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Ready, break.
Now Jones, off play action. Being chased out left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. They'll try the right side here with Smith. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
There goes a deep ball. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with his 16th touchdown of the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr complete. It's Johnson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
55. Down to lose one.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The numbers for Smith last time out, 16 carries, 83 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw off these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Jones now to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And this is caught.
That's it, baby. We got one.
You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I can be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Back now in Atlanta's 2nd quarter action, the Falcons with the football. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Back now in Atlanta's 2nd quarter action, the Falcons with the football. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Now Ito Smith. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice try. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
You know, what's perfectly called for a defense? Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carlos Dunlap able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Here's Carr to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. The open man here, Renfro. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Carr, open man is born.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. Again, it's Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Wright's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Jones operating from the gun. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Smith. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
He completes it to Julio Jones. Touchdown, Falcons! Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got the connection here to Bourne. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. The final shot here before half for Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So we reach halftime, and so he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm like, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. This will be taken in at the 1. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Smith. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. He'll let this go. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From just shy of midfield, Carr looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders get a score closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. He's got it with the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw his Carr. A good throw here, finding Pascal. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This is Johnson. He's got it. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I got to give it up for him right there. Stared down the barrel of the blitz. Acted as his own blitz control. Knew he would take the hit and dumped it off.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Kendrick Bourne, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
On 2nd and 2, Jones. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
Throwing Jones, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Jones. This complete to Jones. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. After the sack on 1st down, Carr, he'll find his tight end. That's Waller. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Yeah, let's get sack line.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr, Renfro bringing it in over the middle. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Hunter Renfro, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Complete to right. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jacob Hollister, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on first down is Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Carr now to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Carr now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down, and the possession changes. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
That good for 19 and a first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Jones. Caught by Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And quickly they get to the line. Looking to throw. Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Back to throw. Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Jacob Hollister with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for
under pressure, and they got to him again. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Jones now throwing to start the drive. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, open man is born. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Carr going to throw, and he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. To try again after the sack. Carr. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now Carr. And Pascal's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And